Welcome back, everybody. This is Cliff again, bringing you one more mission of Off the Line by Mike Nagel and Relative Range Games. I'm getting ready to transition to another game for a while. I want to play some of Operation Husky. So I'm thinking of playing next Assault Sicily 43. Because Assault Sicily 43 has an entire campaign, a 2-day campaign, where we can do the landing at Gela Beachhead, getting prepared for their next expansion game, which is going to be the British battle for Primusalt Bridge, airborne versus airborne. Slightly bigger scale than this game, but I do love me a good campaign. Something that I'm looking forward to having for this game. I'm sorely tempted just to build my own kind of Sicilian campaign for this game, but I'm going to resist because I want to see what Mike is going to make. Yeah, so much potential in this game. So, what am I going to do? Well, we're going to Sicily, because I'm getting ready to go there for Assault Sicily 43. So I'm going to go to the second expansion, which is the Italian expansion. And I plan to play Scenario 21, a hell of a place, which is part of the airborne assault on the evening before the landing on Sicily with Operation Husky. So it's sort of a prequel to what I'll be doing with Assault Sicily. So this is the 82nd Airborne is scattered and ineffective and shot up by the Navy. Colonel James Gavin has assembled a ragtag force. Ragtag force just brings back Battlestar Galactica to me. That has run into a substantial Italian anti-paratroop patrol. And unlike many games, the Italians don't get totally nerfed here. So that's fun. So it's 7 turns, relatively short. Our squad leader Parker is going to represent Gavin, and he has a command value of 3. And our elan is 6. We got our units, and our break is 7. So let's go ahead and set our break at 7. And their elan is 7, so their base order is 0. So they're a little bit nerfed. They got a bunch of units. They actually outnumber us, and they got 1 fake. And their break is at 7. So we'll set their break to 7, same as us. Victory. So this one is not really an offense or defensive battle. This is more of what I consider like a recon meeting action. We're coming in from the west, they're coming in from the east, and the victory points are 1 point for KIAs, 2 points for holding a building. So let's look at what we have here. We don't need that anymore. The Americans have the initiative at first. We've got the Italians out. So they have these Carcano rifles, which are a 6.5 millimeter short-barreled rifle. They're going to have a lot of these SRFs, the 1938 SR, and they're going to have some carbines, which are functionally identical. They're short-barreled 6.5 millimeter battle rifles. They have a box clip magazine, and we're mostly going to be paratroopers. We're mostly going to be carrying the M1 carbines. As far as imbalances, our carbines are better at a range of 1 to 2. But after that, they're identical. So we have a slight advantage at 1 to 2. Let's go here. Let's go to build. Here's our team. We set up first. So here's Parker, who is Gavin, with a comma 3. So I gave him a label so I'd remember. You can see we mostly have carbines. So this is 3, 4. We get 5 cards. Mostly carbines. We got 1 Browning. And if you look, we've got really good melee values. So we got good melee ability, and we're good at shooting up close at 1 to 2. their stats end up being the same after a range of 3. So if we go to the Italian build sheet, here's their forces. You can see that they do not have as good a melee values. They're not horrible, but we're better. And there's a lot of them, and they've got a light machine gun here, a Breda. So I'm going to have to get a crew member. And they've got some MABs here. MABs are this Beretta submachine gun, which can do assault firing, and they got a submachine gun as well here with Gela. So they've got some ability with automatic weapons to do assault firing. We don't. It's just our Browning. That's it. We don't have any other submachine guns to play with. So they can shoot and scoot on us. I do not want to waste these guys to be a crew member. So I'm going to put these carbines and SRFs into the deploy bin. I'm going to pick a crew member from amongst them. Not the fake, not the LMG, not that submachine gun, not these MABs. I'll put these carbine and SRFs in there. One of those is going to be a crew member. I want to make him crew. Action. Can't I just do option crew? Not complete. Oh, I'll just get a piece here. Piece, crew, there. Take that. You're the crew member. I'm going to put crew on the bottom. There. He's our crew. These guys can now go in here. They're ready to deploy. They deploy second. We deploy first. So they're set. Alright. Let's think about what we want to do first. We got a standard squad here. So let's look at the map. Let's zoom out to fit height. There. So we got map 23 from the Italian expansion, where we've got sunken roads and we've got a bunch of hills. So we got level 1 hills here, we got level 2 hills here, we got some scrub on top here of our level 2 hill. There's 2 victory points for buildings. There's 3 buildings. I labeled them with victory point things. And then after that, it's just KIAs. This is map 5 from the base game. So you can kind of compare the 2 maps. Let me zoom in so you can see. So they kind of go together. You can see that there's artistic differences. The new map, their slope lines look a little bit different, but they're recognizable. The colors are pretty consistent. The roads are pretty consistent. The foliage on the trees is slightly different. But the maps go together well. And you see that Greg Amos here in our Vassal module managed to get all the hexes lined up really nice. So we get all our center points in here. Everything works as you would expect. So all of these expansions work fine together. Fit height. What's our plan going to be? Well, let's pull up Presentify. Pick color 2, go to circles. Obviously, we're going to have to grab this house. Got to have that building. And we're going to need this woods next to it. Excuse me. This level 2 hill has really good LOS. The scrub on top gives a little protection, so we're going to want this hill hex and this hill hex. because let's go to arrow and 4. These can fire down at that building. These can fire down at this building. And we can put some fire down on these woods. That's probably blind. So, yeah, we've got the ability to lay down some fire down here. Important to take that level 2 hill. Take this building. That's 2 victory points for us. Support it with this woods. The rest of our guys, I think we're going to make a flanking run. This is a level 1 hill. This is going to be all blind hexes here. So if we can sneak over here and run down here, this is all going to be blind. And run up here and take this and flank in, assault the building from the back side rather than attrit from the front. And then move up into this woods with our supporting fire eventually. Hopefully have time to make an assault for the final building. But all we have to do is win 2 buildings. As long as we don't lose a lot of guys. If we hold 2 buildings, we should be able to win. So building A will be this gray one. Building B will be this red roofed one. We'll leave the straw building for last. If we go for it at all. We'll probably run out of time before we get there. Now, the Italians, what do they want to do? So we have to set up 2 hexes from the west, so we're going to be over here. And they set up 2 hexes from the east. They set up over here. So they're going to want to obviously just grab this building. They're also going to want to grab this building. So they'll be ahead. So they can afford to lay back and wait for us to come to them. They don't have to run out because they already have 4 victory points, more than enough. They can use this woods to support and this woods up on the level 1 hill to support. They can use these woods to support the other building. I don't see any sense of going too far out on the flank. This is another potential hex. It doesn't really have line of sight at anything interesting. So they're probably going to focus on these 3 and these 4. And have like a northern force and a southern force. And they're going to set up second. As far as what I'm going to have the ape do, since this is more or less a recon meeting type action, if they need to move, they're going to try to run and gun if they can, if they've got the automatic weapons to do it, and use those to cover the movement of other people. I'm going to try to keep them in clumps of 2 or 3 so that they're more efficient to activate. And yeah, our guys, we need to set up first. So let me zoom in just a little bit. That's enough for now. We're going to need some forces here to take this and to hold it and take here. So we need a good fire team here. They're going to provide the base of fire and the other is going to be our maneuver team. So our northern team is going to be our base of fire. So build. All of our 3s are here. And we got a leader there. And I think I'm going to put Parker up there. If Parker dies, Gavin, it's an automatic loss. We cannot afford to lose him. So we're going to keep him with our base of fire. We got all our 3s there. And I'm going to put my Browning automatic rifle there. And those guys will provide our base of fire. He's got a command of 3. So from that building, 1, 2, 3, he can command these hill hexes. So Gavin's going to be in the building. And we better put somebody in there with him to protect him. He's got a comma 3, 3, and 3. I want somebody who's got pretty good So let's see here. This is 3, 7, 2, 4, 5. And we're going to be moving down here. He's got a command of 1, which would be trickier to keep these guys organized. I'm going to put Miller with Gavin. So we need to be within 2. And I want to get into that building as fast as possible. So Parker and Miller. And 6 and 5. Alright. I'll put these guys here. Everybody's going to come in together. I'm going to flip all these guys to mast. They're all on the road, coming in together as a clump. They're going to divvy up. Barker and Miller heading for the building. These will probably... This can see the building here, but it can't see this building. I'll probably put one in this to help give me some good fire down here to this building. And I'll have one group up on one of these scrubs to put some fire down on this building, just to keep their heads down. Alright, my southern force. It's a 5 and a 5 and a 6. And we're going to try to skirt as best we can. So I want my leader on the road. And I don't know how I got a flamethrower in there. Put these guys up here. And these guys in here. And we'll mask those guys. And now the Italians. So we got 4 hexes here. This is going to be a blind hex. Tucked up in there. So that's kind of a safe hex. Let's go to the Italian build. Okay. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 in that building. I'm going to put 2 here. And I'm going to put 2 more here. And down here we need to take that building. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We got some more there. Let's put him there. 3, 3. Figuring that I might get a machine gun or a leader somewhere where I need them. Trying to increase the likelihood of getting a productive placement for the Italians. So their southern force is going to come in and try to secure that building and take up a couple of positions to help support it. There's nothing good outside here. Yeah, so we'll try to put 3 in a building, probably 3 up here and 2 here as a support. So these guys are going to go there, these guys are going to go there, these guys are going to go there, and up here these guys are going to sit still in the building if they can. We don't want to leave victory points, so we're not going to leave buildings. Once we see who they are, we might rearrange them. These guys are already pretty happy where they are. No sense making an assault toward the 3rd building because we're ahead as the Italians, and the Americans are going to beat us to that house. It doesn't make any sense. It would work against you. So there we are. They have 0 base orders. We have 5 cards. So let's get our hand set up in our action deck. And we've got 5 cards. So let's make it a 5. 3, 4, 5. Here we are. And we'll draw in there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. So we got 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Above average. We got 1 0 card. Not horrible. Alright. Looks like we are ready for turn 1. I'll leave it there. Like I said, we're going to play this one and then I'm going to move on. I'm rereading the rules for Assault Sicily 43, which is another cool tactical game. It's just more at platoon level, where you're basically running a company, whereas here we're at a man-to-man level where you're running a squad or maybe a platoon. So it's different, but fun. Anyway, I'll see you next time for turn 1. We'll probably do it 1 turn at a time, 7 turns, and we'll see if I can beat the ape this time. So until next time, this is Cliff with a hell of a place. See you next time.